Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Into the Breach. Today, I think we're putting away the final achievement. I mean, maybe that's... let me put it differently. Today we're trying to put away the final achievement. That's me trying not to jinx us, even though I don't believe in jinxes, because it means so much to me that this works. So I think we're going to go through Old Earth Park and the 1-star down to the reactor, because we still need quite a few reactors. And then probably focus on stars from there. In theory, this will be the only point of power we need for the rest of the game, provided I don't, screw up terribly. But, every once in a while I screw up pretty terribly. It does happen, so we'll see how things work out. This guy's going to prefer to target places where he can put damage onto 3 targets at the same time. Trying to think of if there's a way that we can make some use of that. If we do like this, maybe I can get him to surface here and attack there, and we can just move out. I'm a little worried about putting too many mechs over here, because I don't want him to come up here and surface attacking these spaces, because there's no way for the old artillery to move out, since it can only move 1 space at a time. This puts us in a kind of a little bit of an awkward spot, but hopefully our ruse will work. Our subterfuge, if you will. And you shouldn't, because it's not really. Okay, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good lightning chain area. Unfortunately, it doesn't leave our artillery a lot to do. Right, like this is pretty good. Obviously, we need to move some of our units away first. I think we probably just blast this guy with the lasers. Point blank laser into the mountain. And then you... I don't know, come block a spawn. We do this. Actually, I move first so that we can have the old artillery move to here and finish this guy off, right? I'd probably just try to get closer to where the enemies are going to be spawning from. Alright, I'm feeling pretty good. This is like, this is an encouraging start. Alright, well that's easy enough to move out of. How do we want to deal with this? It looks like Lily probably is just blocking a spawn. It's actually kind of awkward. We don't... Hold on. I could move you to here. Yeah, we can do this instead. We get this spawn block and a kill, and I guess the artillery just doesn't do anything this turn. I certainly don't want it to back up or move away from the middle. I think it's fine where it is. I'm excited about this this secret squad, though. I'm looking forward to having the mystery resolved. Okay, well that's just a terrible play. I don't know what you're thinking, dude. It's almost like these Vec are not master strategists or something. We're one space short of being able to block a spawn while resolving this whole problem. Well, it's fine. Whatever. I think, yeah, we have 2 damage from here, thanks to our upgrades. Yeah, hey, look at that. It's already coming in handy. We will almost certainly just sell it at the end of the island, but there's a pretty good chance that it will actually be of value to us before then. Alright. Well, we're not going to be able to kill this guy. He has too much health, and he'll just burrow out. So we may as well just drop him back under the ground. And then this is a good opportunity to get some XP on Prospero. See, these people over here are very confident that everyone was saved. Those people in that building do not have the same trust in us. Oh my god, you are kidding me? That is some pretty good luck. You know, I should probably just take this as a point of move. She certainly doesn't need it on the first turn, but her having 3 move every turn after that is kind of a pain. Alright, tidal waves with some defensive shields active. This looks like probably a very easy one. I can't really manipulate his targeting too much, and I don't really need to. You have 3 moves, so I think we're... it's hard to predict. There's nowhere he can go where he can hit more than 1 target, so I don't know where we'll see him. It probably won't matter, though. The lightning mech has him well in hand. You know, I don't think I've ever seen one of these guys have the floor pulled out from under them. I assume it'll work, you know, the way it generally... it'll probably kill him, right? Let's see here. Where do I want to put you? So you have 4 health, you have 5... We really do need to get Lily some more health. She actually has 1 too few points of move here. My life would be a lot better if she could move to here. Because we only have to kill one of these 2 guys, right? Or no, actually... Yeah, that should be right. I was going to say that our lightning will break the shield, but actually it probably won't, right? Because it doesn't actually hit the building. You know, it's got the shield iconography behind the 0. It might. Well, why don't we just do this? I think I was going to do that anyway, probably, so. Then we could back Lily up. She can kill him from here. Yeah, okay, so it does not break the shields. I was hoping it wouldn't. I figured it wouldn't, and then the fact that the shield iconography was displayed behind the number made me a little less certain. So I think this is just going to kill this guy, I'm pretty sure. If it doesn't, we lose a power, it's not the end of the world. Yeah, okay. Nice, Lily, well done. Okay, well, it looks like the enemies are not invested in making this particularly difficult for me. I guess I should take a kill with the judo mech here, get that XP. Alright, and we only need to let 2 of these enemies spawn, so let's stand on top of one of them. And we may as well heal, because it will actually heal the other mech. Prospero taking credit for all of Harold's hard work. It's ridiculous. Okay. Easy enough. That laser has done some fine work. Okay, Lily, it was funnier the first time. She might be going for that thing. You know how something can be funny the first time, and then, like, the second and third time it's much less funny? But if you get to, like, the 12th time, it becomes extremely funny again? That might be her long-term plan here. She figures she's got all the time in several worlds. She can make this work. Well, we gotta do this. I'm not super ecstatic about it. The satellites are not great for the lightning mech. Things could be a little awkward. You know what, I was clicking too quickly, and I realized I don't think this is a good setup. Because, yeah, something's going to come up here attacking this way, and we're not going to be able to do anything about that. Well, it's not the Alpha Burrower, though. Yeah, so it'll only do 1 damage. Because we can't attack it, or we'll kill the... we'll kill the other thing. So, attack order is such that if we just move out of the way, this Firefly will drop that Burrower underground. But the enemies have spaced themselves out, the way they often do, so that we cannot, in fact, judo throw anything. But the good news is now we have a big sword. How are we going to use it? What is my plan with the big sword? So Harold kind of can't do anything here, huh? We don't want this guy to die. I think we have to use... We have to use the smoke to beat one of these guys, because the laser, first of all, doesn't do enough damage, and secondly, will damage a building. And you actually don't quite have the room... Let me see here. This does 2 damage. So we could do this. Yeah, this guy will do his shot, lower the burrower to save this building, and then die blocking a spawn, which is great. Harold... Yeah, Harold just can't do anything. We smoke you. So we do no meaningful damage, really. Pick up the time pot, I guess. Yeah, that's a bummer. I should not have set up the way I set up. I only saw it after I hit the go button. Not wise. I hope this is the first satellite to launch. Okay, it is good. So we don't actually have to defend this for that much longer. Okay, so we could just smoke you again. That wouldn't be a problem. Or move. I don't think we have any way of interacting with that burrower. Let's see, I can toss you over. Obviously, you can get smoked again. This is going to be really bad. I can't even use the judo mech to free this thing because the enemies are always standing with 1 space in between them, so that I could never throw them. Yeah, I need to take +1 use on the sword. Although honestly, the sword wouldn't even be that helpful here. Yeah, this is just happening. I don't think I can prevent it. So we do this, right? You can't actually make it around this turn. We're taking 3 grid damage this turn. That is really bad. But we get rid of you. Can't quite kill you, so I have to settle for once again just smoking you, and you don't get to do anything at all. The good news is, after all of the buildings are destroyed, this thing will at least die. Okay, I'm pretty sure that we have enough move to actually hit this one. No, I have 3 move. Of course I do. Well... let's see, the laser mech... I mean, Lily can deal with either of these two. She does not have the move necessary to get into a line to deal with that guy. If somebody else were to kill this Alpha Scarab, then she could stand here, fire up this way, only do 1 damage to the building, but kill the Alpha Burrower at least. I could... She could smoke this guy, which allows the Judo Mech to deal with you, but we're still a movement short of being able to deal with this one. And if we can't deal with this guy, we lose, right? Almost certainly. If I have Lily smoke this guy again, then we can move Harold to here, move the Judo Mech to here, throw Harold over, and then have him attack. And that makes it so we don't lose, but we do still... these buildings still get destroyed. We still go to 2 power. Yeah, we're going to lose everything very quickly here, but like we don't actually have any other plays. These burrowers are being a much larger problem than I thought they were going to be. Boy, this grid defense is never going to trigger. Okay, so this has to be Lily's move. Well, I mean, this isn't too hard. There's a pretty obvious sequence here. Then Harold finishes this guy off, and then... And there we are, and we have 2 whole power left to work with. Yeah, the burrowers and our limited mobility are real problems. I gotta be honest with you, I went from feeling pretty good about this to feeling like we're probably not going to be able to win now. Taking 5 damage in a single mission it's real tough. This is an interesting weapon. We could pull the repair field, but Harold might be the worst for this thing. And we definitely need to install extra movement on him. This just lets him hit an adjacent tile. Yeah, it's not bad. Give us some flexibility in times when the whip is not actually an option. You need an extra use of your sword, I think. Yeah, okay. Things got real dire real fast. Well, we definitely can't go for anything other than the greatest number of rewards. Let's see here. We can bait this thing to this space by setting up here and here. The question is which mechs are doing that. Although, I guess we probably... Maybe that wasn't the right thing to do. Because we probably... Well, I was going to say we probably want the lightning mech to deal with him, but we can just walk away from him. Never mind. We're good. We're fine. Well, this seems like a pretty good time to break the dam, right? I'm a little worried about this guy. Let me think here. I guess we can just smoke him. Yeah, that's fine. We're definitely breaking the dam. You rarely see an opportunity quite that good for that thing. So we'll move Lily to here and smoke this guy so that I block the spawn, and you just get judoed. Okay, that was 4 of the 7 enemies we have to kill right there. A pretty good start. So we probably want to block some spawns. I guess I didn't need to attack him, because we're just gonna do the Vice Fist toss anyway. So yeah, we'll let these 2 spawn. Okay, well, this is pretty easy. So even with quite a bit of spawn blocking, we're still, like, maybe gonna get 9 kills here. Man, this has been a huge amount of XP. A lot of alphas. By the time you get up to the 3rd island, it feels like every enemy is an alpha. Okay, so we're only 3 XP away from being max level. We got a power there. Get another pod. With another Prime class weapon. Interesting. Does 2 self-damage, but... Huh. Boy, that's a really strange one. I wonder if we should do that over the sword. This mech being armored means we're way more likely to be able to use this. It does seem like it's maybe more difficult to find the correct application for it, though. The sword's pretty straightforward. Yeah, there's an advantage here, though, in that we've never used this. I do like to use a new weapon. So maybe we go like this. I think I can endure the 1 self-damage. And then we have 1 more reactor. Which is maybe just plus range again for Lily. Yeah, we're going to try this. Yeah, I'm going to go plus range for Lily, I think. Alright. Pretty important that this not get screwed up. It is the use of the passive voice there, as I attempt to avoid blame for the thing that is going to happen. I guess I should probably put the lightning mech on the side where the more important building is, since he has less movement. And also cannot fly. Okay, so this punch thing moves everybody clockwise? Counterclockwise, okay. It says to the left in the description, which is not an optimal way to describe that thing. So, like, if I stood right here, it would move this guy to here where he'd be shooting at this other guy? I get to block a spawn. It's after the damage, but that's fine. I think I can back up here. But if I don't kill this thing right now, we're going to get some regen, and that's going to cause some issues. Okay, the Rocket Fist pushes me back a space, right? And it doesn't have limited uses. So maybe I just do this to extricate myself. We kill the Scion Abomination this turn. Just make it as fast as possible. I'm going to figure out if it matters how I do this. So we're going to do this, right? If I do it this way, I could take 1 damage on the laser mech and then use the judo throw to finish the job. Or I could back up a space, not take a damage on the laser mech, and use my new ability to finish the job, but then I have to take the damage on the judo mech. And I think the judo mech tends to get hit more, tends to be in the mix a little bit more, so I think we're going to do it this way. We get a little bit of damage out of the explosion too, so this guy's gotten softened up quite a bit. Yeah, I think this feels good. This feels like a good first turn. We're still in pretty dire straits. Like, we're not going to be able to buy as many reactors as I would like, because we're going to have to buy another, to buy an extra bit of power. Dire straits is too strong, but, you know, it's not ideal. See, you only have 2 health left. I mean, this is pretty obvious. And you're kind of ignorable. I don't think I actually, like... Oh, that's right. You're not flying. Maybe we back Lily up and have her shoot this? And instead of blocking any spawns, I just do this thing because it kills one guy and really weakens another. I do love it when they stand right next to the buildings. Oh, that's perfect. It's like they're not even trying. Okay, so we got +1 move on Prospero. That's a pretty good, plus move plus reactor. It's a pretty good setup. And this is just beautiful. So, counterclockwise. So if I do it from here, it pushes him into the water. But that's silly, because I could just do this and put him in the water without taking any damage. Too attracted to using the new toy. You know, maybe I should rebalance these a little bit to give this thing to somebody else, because he's already able to move mechs around, or move Vec around, and it maybe is not ideal for him to have all of the good movement tools. We should spread those out a little bit more. I could just, like, trade the Rocket Fist. Yeah, +1 move's pretty good. Do I want this? No, I think we're going to take Isaac and trade him in for reputation, which we very well may spend on 2 power. But I want to have the choice. Phase Cannon is definitely a no. The Missile Barrage is definitely interesting, though. So, like, as it is right now, I could go 2 reactors and 4 grid power. Oh, I have an extra weapon. Okay, hold on a second. Let's figure out what my weapon situation is. Do I maybe want to skip the Rocket Fist and instead go Titanite Blade on him? I mean, we try hard to make the whip the right play. Any situation where the blade would be good, he could have just whipped all those guys, but I guess the thing here is that it pushes multiple spaces. this is definitely a little bit harder to conceive of a good use of than the blade, but it does allow me to do things when enemies are not just lined up for me. Like, I wonder if I should switch the smoke bombs off of Lily, maybe? Give Lily one of the melee attacks? Now, you know what? Things as they are have been working for us. Let's just keep working them this way. So we're taking... Let's see. We're selling these things. And we could go 3 reactors and 3 power. Go in with 1 less than max power, but, like, very, very capable. Because we could certainly still use some upgrades. Yeah, alright, that's what I'm doing. I think we're ready. I think we're basically ready. I think we're like 80% of the way to ready. So, we could pick up more damage for the rocket punch. We could make the throw do 3 damage. I guess I'm not super into that. We could just give everybody 2 health. The fact that we all have so little health is actually, like... It's kind of a problem. Ooh, I like Rocket Fist, though. I like him having an actual ranged option. Alright, let's install one of these here. It's either going to be 2 health, or we actually are going to go for the -1 self-damage. I think 2 health is a better play, overall. It gives him the ability to, like, tank the whip a little bit better, and then the other 2 cores, I think, are going to Herald. For the Rocket Fist? What else could I do with them? I could pull this point of move, now that he has +1 move, and use that with the other 2 cores to go up to 3 damage on the throw. Yeah, so the question is 3 damage throw versus an improvement for the Rocket Fist. He still really doesn't have a lot of move. You know, let's go Rocket Fist. Alright, I think we're ready. I hope we're ready. You know, if this doesn't work out and we end up having to play another game, it's certainly not the end of the world. I do enjoy the game. We can't really mess with enemy targeting too much here, especially since we don't know where the buildings are going to be. Let's just try to be in ready positions. Okay, that's not terrible. Okay, now remember, the Firefly leader here is massive, so getting him dumped in the lava will not kill him, but it will stop his attack for that turn, which might be a good enough reason to do it. We could also just try to kill this guy. Yeah, because I can do 3 damage. Actually, this kills a lightning whip, and then the Sidewinder punch kills both of these. But unfortunately, there are 4 enemies who are damaging power, so we're just going to take some power damage, and there's nothing I can do about it, it looks like. That always feels crappy. Well, I shouldn't have done that, because if we are going to do that lightning thing, it has to happen before I do this, otherwise she dies. So we probably just used our reset. Let's take a moment and think about whether there's a version of this that allows me to... I mean, I could just fly over here. If I fly over here, stand here, throw this guy over, that deals with these 2. But Harold has no ability to deal with this guy by himself. He can move here and do a repair to push the enemy to this space. Or rather, not do a repair, do a Rocket Fist, obviously. To push this guy to this space. And then we still lose the 2 power here, but this guy gets killed by the Firefly leader. So if we're going to take 2 damage anyway... Yeah, I had to think out the whole plan before I do things. So yeah, we're letting this happen, because we cannot realistically stop it. Or at least not while also doing lots of other things. I think getting rid of those 2 enemies really early on is totally worthwhile. Really worth the 2 power cost. So we're going to go into the bottom phase with at most 4 power, which is not ideal. Yeah, our grid defense is not going to fire at all this game, it looks like. That's a real shame. So I could use a little bit of a buffer. Okay. An enemy did not attack in a useful way. That's good. We can... Let's see here. Unfortunately, Harold doesn't move far enough to do this thing without damaging one of our power buildings. The Judo Mech could... Actually, the Judo Mech can't really deal with that guy either. So Lily... Yep, 4 damage is not enough. Lily just doesn't have the tools to actually defeat enemies. Let's see. Lily can move to here and, like, smoke drop over to here. So that deals with that guy's attack. And Prospero could... Well, you know what? Lily could smoke this guy. Prospero could toss this guy over onto the fire space and also be blocking the spawn himself at the same time. Although, that does not leave him in a great place health-wise. We could have Harold deal with this too, actually. So what if I had you come down here? The only spot from which I could punch this guy to his death would be on top of the spawner, which kills me, right? And actually does power damage as well. I could push him to here this way, and that way at least his charge doesn't do any damage. And once again, we find ourselves in a situation where I can't judo throw to a place that does anything at all. It seems like the game is, the enemy placement and stuff is designed to prevent you from getting good judo throws most of the time. So yeah, I think we have to take the punch to the side here, which doesn't actually accomplish anything. He ends up in this space, perfectly safe, and then just charges that next turn in a way that we probably can't deal with. So that's not a good plan. So really, the only person who can actually stop this guy from doing anything is Lily. Lily by standing here and jumping to there, which puts her all the way on the edge of the map, which means that something terrible is going to happen next turn that she's not able to deal with. If we did that, then we could... We could use Harold to push this guy off while blocking a spawn. And then we could use the Judo Mech to, once again, not be able to throw this guy. We could stand here and punch him into the water, but I'm putting Hey, Prospero has 6 move. It's a lot less of an issue for him to be on the edge of the map, I guess. Alright, that's the plan. And we do this, not the Rocket Fist, because the Rocket Fist would push me back into the fire space. That does prevent further damage this turn. And we still have 4 enemies on this next turn, even though we're killing aggressively and blocking spawns all over the place. I cannot get us down to fewer than 4 enemies. And everything has so much health that we can't kill it. Okay. Alright, that's interesting. So we have this available to us now. Let me think. If I do this... Yeah, if I do this, it's not too hard to kill my way out of taking any more damage this turn. Right, we do... Nope, Lily's just gonna have to smoke. Again, we can't actually kill our enemies. We can throw this guy over into the smoke. Unfortunately, Prospero cannot reach that guy. Yeah, but he gets to survive. And then there's no way for Lily to shoot this guy. Yeah, she doesn't quite have enough move to get over here. Oh no, she's being blocked. So... Oh, this guy's charging this way. I don't have to worry about him at all. It's this guy that I'm worried about. Yeah, no, that's already the... Yep, that's already what I was thinking. Never mind. We could... we have to deal with this. And I have to do it without taking any damage, or any more power damage, because we're already too low on power. So yeah, the only version of this that works is we throw this guy over non-lethally. I would love to be able to throw him so he charges into the lava, but I would die to the spawner. Well, the good news is this guy is just hurling himself into the water, which is great for us. The bad news is that guy killing himself still means we have far too many enemies to be able to reliably deal with. We have a lot of good strategically positioned smoke. How much health do you have? 4. Okay. Okay, that's good. So... let's see. I could stand right here, shoot this guy lethally, right? Just point blank him. I won't die from the 1 fire damage. Then we can lightning through here, kill everything over there, and this guy gets tossed into a big fireball space. And we get to go down to the final half of the island with 4 power. That's not undoable, but it is going to be difficult. We have much less margin for error than I usually like to take down there. When you're playing with a custom or random team, the name of your team is Time Travelers, which doesn't quite work with all the dialogue. You know what would work with all the dialogue? The Time Squad. That's what they should have gone with. Alright, so this is a pretty ugly starting crew. Although, diggers are a lot less dangerous when you have a lightning mech around than they usually are. So you're on 6 health. It is a real shame that you don't get to set up your team. Because it means that the digger is almost guaranteed to have good positioning. Let me think here. We can't throw this guy over because it would kill me. But we could stand here and throw him over. No, what we should do is throw the leader over. This guy only does 2 damage on hit. I could even just, like, absorb it with the laser mech or something. Or just let it happen, I guess. So hold on. This needs to happen. We absorb it with the lightning mech. Shoot. So we're going to take... There's actually no way I can stop this damage. Right, we can do 3 damage to each of these guys, and then with Lily we can do 2 damage. We can do enough damage to kill either one of them, but we can't under any circumstance kill both of them. So I guess I don't care about them then. Right, like Lily blocks the spawn. Hold on. We stand here and do the rocket fist thing, so this guy dies, and this thing gets destroyed, and there's nothing we can do about it. But remember, the tentacle spaces that spawn during this next turn spawn under our units currently. So blocking a spawn is a big deal in the first turn because it means that thing never spawns. And we get to kill the leader on the first turn as well. Yeah, it's not great. It's not bad, though. Yeah, we just got to the point where damage outputs were too high, or health was too high for our damage outputs. So let's see. This guy's not actually going to hit the laser, or the bomb, because this space will be lava by the time he attacks. So... let's see. This thing has 3 health, and it will survive a gentle lightning whipping. So I could... I could have the Judomech stand here to act as a conduit for the lightning, but it's not ideal. Right, if I have the Judomech stand here, then we do lightning. It's not actually lethal, which means this thing does die. We killed the Scion, but our bomb is dead. And then we could poke this guy with the smoke bombs, but that's not awesome. What else do we have? So we have to kill this guy, but it doesn't have to be this turn. He's going to do 1 damage to all of our units, including the bomb. We could do this, and then kill this guy with a judo throw. And Harold Harold will be able to move to here once that rock's no longer in the way, and just push this guy off to the side. Leaves us with a lot of unblocked spawns, a lot of... yeah, it's not... I don't like it. Okay, what if I stood here instead? No, that's bad. I'm trying to figure out ways that we could, like, maybe block a spawn or something in addition to doing the other stuff we're doing, because we need more. We can't just be letting all the enemies spawn all the time. The thing is, we actually can't take any more grid damage. If I let this guy do the 2 damage here, What does that get me? That gets me a kill on the Scion Tyrant and a kill on the Alpha Firefly. It's a pretty good trade. Probably one that we should take. I do not get to block any spawns, but this guy will kill himself, so the next turn will be just the digger and whatever two things come up out of the spawns. Yeah, all right, that's what we're doing. So yeah, we shoot this thing point blank. And then toss it over. And then you just stand right here, I guess. We kill that thing. That spawn gets eaten. Alright. That's beautiful. That's less beautiful. Some things here are not as beautiful as other things. Well, this guy probably gets Judo thrown, right? That one can get... Like, I could stand here and do a rocket punch, so I end up blocking a spawn, pushing him into lava. What else? What else? You can just eat a laser. Like, I just stand here and shoot him with a laser. Obviously, we can't fire from here, because it would damage a building. And then the Judo Mech, yeah, I don't think there's a play for the Judo Mech other than toss this guy over to here, where at least he won't do any damage. It doesn't kill him, but he won't do any damage. And then we have 3 spawns plus this guy at 3 health on the final turn. No, sorry, 2 spawns plus this guy at 3 health. That actually sounds pretty manageable. Okay. I am cautiously optimistic. You may notice that my level of optimism ping-pongs wildly over the course of a level. That's just me. That's just what it is like to be me in real life. Okay, hey, we win because they're bad. Basically, is why we win. So we have to not take any power damage. But we can do that easily enough. You do this, and you do this. And then, hey, we even get to get that guy killed. One final spite murder. Well, I am very excited. I can hardly contain myself. For real, though, I'm like... Click, 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 click. I'm trying to get this to go faster because I want to see what the secret squad is. We finally earned it, and I want to see. You know, I agonized for quite a while before starting up the previous video about whether Herald was the right pilot or whether we should we had an Abe with plus reactor on him, or whether we should just bring that because that's pretty great. He could armor up one of the mechs who wasn't armored and make us even better at taking hits. But I'm really glad I went for Herald. I think he was really valuable. All right, let's see it. Who do we want to bring? It's probably Prospero, right? Like, this is clearly a very, very good setup. So, change squad. We did it. Humanity's last hope are a blend of machine and Vec, created to defend Earth. Oh, that's cool. So what do we have here exactly? We have a dash across the map, damaging and pushing the target for 1. Cyborg class. Okay, so these guys are all cyborg class, which means that they're not going to be able to equip any weapons on the cheap. We're going to have to, provided they're able to equip weapons at all. There might be special rules at play here, but at the very least, it's going to cost an extra core to equip anything. Throw needles at the enemy, pushing the furthest hit tile. The way that's worded suggests that there's probably a range upgrade where you can hit 2 or 3 tiles. You know, like the Alpha Hornet and the Hornet Leader. And finally, an explosive goo artillery attack. That is, awfully familiar. This is the artillery attack of the very first squad you have unlocked. No achievements, which I'm a little surprised by. I mean, I know they wouldn't award coins, but I just figured, it's kind of the design. But anyway, this is the final squad, and as such, the end of the series. That's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time for what will very likely be the final run. Once we put up a win with the Secret Squad, I think we're all done here. So, hopefully, that's as exciting as it is disappointing. Come back next time for that thing, and we'll see you then.